Hey, what's going on, friends and theme park fans? This is Silver Stix here for another Stix Top 6, where I count down the best and worst that theme parks have to offer. Aw man, the Universal Orlando Resort sure is great, isn't it? With all of its incredible rides you just can't miss on any visit, like Spider-Man, The Mummy, Harry Potter, The Simpsons, and so on and so forth. But I'd like to pose you all a question. With all those fantastic attractions being around, when's the last time you went and rode something like the Twirl and Hurl, or walked through Poseidon's Fury, or what about going and watching the Blue Man Group perform? I mean, they've got one of the biggest show buildings on property with a giant sign on it and everything, and I still feel like I never hear anything about it. Like, don't get me wrong, the best of the best attractions do deserve the praise and admiration they receive, but there's a whole world of rides and attractions that exist out there that people either ignore or maybe don't even know about. And that's what I'd like to talk to you guys about today, as we jump right in and count down the top 6 best underrated attractions at the Universal Orlando Resort. Let's get into this one. Alrighty, who's our first stop today will be in Seuss Landing, where we'll be able to take a quick ride on the one and only high-in-the-sky Seuss Trolley Train Ride. Opened in the summer of 2006, this expertly crafted attraction is elevated at 15 feet in the air with a ride duration of 6 minutes. To describe it in just a few words, it's a fairly slow-moving sightseeing tour of Seuss Landing and all of its various buildings inside and out. It's a very similar concept to one of my favorite Disney rides of all time, the People Mover, so as a biased fan already, the trolley train ride definitely earns a ride through from myself each and every time I'm walking around Islands of Adventure. And because it's such an underrated gem, at the very most you'll find this ride with a wait time of about 25 to 30 minutes maybe, which really isn't much as far as theme park lines go, especially Universal, and for a 6-minute ride that'll cool you down and let you relax for a while, I'd say it's beyond worth the wait, and in my opinion it'd be worth an even longer wait if it ever came down to it. This is just a fantastic ride for any person of any age, and I hope one day it finally gets the respect it so rightfully deserves. Next up, we can trot on over to Woody Woodpecker's Kids Zone, where we can chill out and catch the 25-minute live show, Animal Actors on Location. This show takes place 5 times a day and features highly trained and skilled dogs, cats, birds, otters, pigs, and even a skunk performing stunts and tricks alongside an incredibly enthusiastic trainer. And oftentimes audience members are even picked to go on stage and interact with the adorable critters, and whether you're the one on stage or you're just watching from the crowd, the entire experience is an absolute treat all around. The trainers are just unbelievably positive and fun, and of course the animals are just pure bundles of joy. This whole show just brings such a positive energy to your day at the park. It's so simple but so perfect at the same time. If you somehow haven't checked this one out by now, then do yourself a favor and sit back with the animal actors on your next trip to Universal. I promise you will be thoroughly entertained the entire time. Stomping our way over to Jurassic Park, where we'll be able to take a stroll through the aptly titled Jurassic Park Discovery Center. This location is like a mixture of your average dinosaur history museum combined with the now defunct Disney Quest. There's a gift shop, several food options, and a bunch of smaller interactive attractions and little shows and stuff you can view inside here, like video games, DNA splicing simulators, or even a live scientist showing off an egg hatching a velociraptor right in front of your eyes. And while it's not a real-life dinosaur, it is still a fairly impressive animatronic that's worth some love for sure. However, besides the interactive elements of being inside this center, it's just cool. There's a ton of Jurassic Park lore to learn and catch up on, and the decor is just phenomenal, with giant life-size dinosaur statues all around, and an overall aesthetic like the Discovery Center came straight out of the Jurassic Park films, no joke. It's nostalgic, it's immersive beyond belief, and it's almost never busy at all. With so much to do and check out in here, you'd be crazy to miss out on it on any trip to Islands of Adventure, especially if you've already finished riding all the bigger, badder rides and you just want a break from the typical theme park madness. The Discovery Center is there for you too. It's just a great way to spend some time for any member of the family, and I just simply cannot recommend it enough. Creeping our way over to the Hollywood section of Universal Studios, where we'll be able to find the spooktacular and absolutely hilarious live show, Universal Orlando's Horror Makeup Show. This is a roughly 25-minute stage performance that truly gives you the inside scoop of all the cool techniques Universal uses to create their iconic horror movies. And this ranges from CGI to fake knives and fake blood and, of course, fake limbs. But again, as I mentioned, this show is just downright hilarious, so don't worry if you're squeamish or scared of horror stuff in general. It's a super lighthearted show, and it's a lot of fun. And if you are a horror fan, then you'll love it even more. All the cool movie-making tricks, horror clips played on a big screen, an awesome horror set on stage, and just everything and anything in between, all topped off by an amazing queue filled with horror props and memorabilia. It really is just so cool. I find myself coming back to the show on most of my visits to Universal. I just really enjoy it. It's a great way to get out of the sun for a decent amount of time and be thoroughly entertained during that entire time as well. It's a really awesome show, and I highly advocate for it. Always will, too. Groovin' and shaking our way over now to the New York City section of Universal Studios, where with no line or wait time or even show building at all, we can watch the 15-minute mini concert, The Blues Brothers Show. The criminally undervalued Blues Brothers Show is more like it, though. I swear every time I catch this performance, there's always only like 10 to 15 people in the crowd watching, and for all the incredible live music and hilarious characters that appear, that's just crazy. This show deserves a loud, enthusiastic crowd just like at an actual concert. But unfortunately, because it's just a little street show, most people just walk right past it on their way to their next big ride on their list. But honestly, take my word for it, if you stop for just 15 minutes to give this little show a chance, I assure you, you will be fully engulfed the entire time, and you will leave totally excited, ready to see it again as soon as possible. Or at least I know I always do. Okie dokie folks, our number one best underrated attraction today leads us to the Curious George Goes to Town section of Woody Woodpecker's Kids Zone, where hidden in the way back we can find a fun little game for people of all ages, especially youngsters, the Curious George Ball Factory. This is a great place to blow off some steam or even dry off after running around the splash zone right outside. Basically, it's a giant colorful room with small foam balls littered all around the floor that you gather up and put into cannons that you get to shoot at each other. And yes, while it sounds simple, and it is, it's still insanely fun. When you come in here with your family or a group of friends and just have an all-out war with each other, it's genuinely more entertaining than you could ever imagine, and I swear to you, there's so little people that go in here that you'll always be able to walk right in and start playing and having fun. It's instant satisfaction, it's fun for literally all ages, and best of all, there's vacuums you get to use to suck the balls into this cage thing that eventually rains them all down in an epic frenzy of awesomeness, and if that doesn't get you interested, then honestly, I don't know what will. You really just have to take my word for this one. While it may seem like anything based on Curious George would be lame or meant for super little kids, the Ball Factory is honestly a really good time, and I suggest at least giving it a shot if you haven't before. It's truly the definition of an underrated, classic Universal gem. Alrighty folks, so that's gonna about wrap up today's Stix Top 6 Best Underrated Attractions at the Universal Orlando Resort. I really hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider leaving a like, comment, subscribe, and share the video around. It'd mean a lot and help out a ton. Also, please leave in the comments what you guys' favorite underrated attractions are throughout the Universal Orlando Resort. I'd sure love to know. But anyway guys, with all that out of the way, this is Silver Stix signing out. I hope you have a great rest of your day, theme park fans. Peace.